Vanishing act on the streets of St. Louis. What happened to this woman's car? She fears her missing car may be tied to the massive tow lot scandal rocking City Hall. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Mike Bush has the night off. As federal prosecutors look into millions in missing vehicles, our political editor, Mark Maxwell, is tracing leads from the scene of a car crash that seemed to vanish into thin air. He is live from the city tow lot tonight. Mark?
Yeah, Kelly and Ann, good evening. Hundreds of cars have rolled in and off of this lot. Either were never recorded in logbooks or whistleblowers say perhaps were stolen and sold for cash under the table. All of that laid out in a recent audit and federal court documents. But when we brought you that story 2 weeks ago, one woman started to wonder, could that have happened to her in the chaotic aftermath of a dangerous crash?
Why would anybody steal a car that wasn't drivable?
That's the question confounding the driver of this car and her local alderwoman.
To me, it's a mystery.
Deborah Cohen was behind the wheel of this 2019 silver Hyundai Accent Friday night, March 7, when another car slammed into her from behind. They pulled over to exchange information when St. Louis firefighters pulled up.
I said, well, I'm going to call. I have towing. They said, no, we do not want you waiting out here as it starts to get darker. We do not want you waiting out here. We will take you home. We will call and get you a city tow.
So you had no reason to believe you should stay with your car?
No. I mean, I had every reason to believe that they were telling me they were worried for my safety.
She says firefighters gave her a ride home and this guarantee.
Your car will be picked up. It'll be towed to the city lot.
But the next morning, when she logged onto the computer,
So I put in the VIN and there was no car registered under that VIN. So I called the city tow after it didn't come up. And they said, well, we have no record of your car.
a recent audit found hundreds of cars worth nearly $5 million total are missing from the city tow lot. Whistleblowers have come forward accusing insiders there of stealing cars and omitting those records from the logbooks.
I happened to see the story and I'm thinking, I wonder if that's what happened to my car.
I hope for her sake that her car wasn't involved in any of, some of the allegations that are going around with the towing department, but we just don't know. The car still hasn't been found.
Police have scanned all tow truck records, tow lot records, license plate scanners, and calls for service from that night, but found no evidence that the firefighters ever actually called that vehicle in for a tow. The fire department says that under state law, their policy is not to call tow trucks directly, but to call police. They say that's the police department's responsibility. We're also told that if any real-time crime center cameras in that area might have captured the scenes of what happened when that car was removed from the side of the road, that the videos themselves would by now be more than 60 days old and no longer held on police servers. Without that evidence, it appears this investigation for now has hit a dead end. But we also want to know if this has ever happened to you. You can email me your story at mmaxwell@ksdk.com. For now, live in St. Louis, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.